Hi, I'm Terry Brock reporting for Business Journals, and here at the Consumer Electronics Show, talking with Gary Shapiro, who is the president of the Consumer Electronics Association. Gary, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for coming, Terry.
Well, I feel like, wow, this is so great to be here. We're at the heart of technology in the world right now, the Consumer Electronics Show. Everything's going, and you are president, so it's like, oh, you know, we've come to Mount Olympus. A lot of people today are saying,
take out the garbage and change diapers.
Yeah, so. You're a human being still, but we see a lot of people actually turning around. I loved your book, Comeback, which I read, and you and I got a chance to talk about that a few years ago. Now it seems like we might be turning things around. There's a lot more optimism out there. And so from your perspective, what do you see happening, and where do you see some of the greatest opportunities for entrepreneurs, for business owners to really thrive in this new market?
Well, a few years ago, it used to be we would talk about the fact that anyone with a computer and a broadband connection could start a business globally. It's gotten even better now because those were only software. Now you can create a technology business because what's happened is the sensors, the building blocks of technology have gotten to be so cheap. Many of them are in the billion phones that have been sold around the world, the accelerometers, the gyroscopes, and the other things. So people are saying, you could sense all these things, we could put it together with a smart algorithm, and we could create a whole new service. And it's not that difficult to do, and a lot of clever people are doing it, and that's why this show is so successful. It really comes down to that, is that there's accelerating innovation that's going on, and they're solving real problems. And we used to talk about solving problems. First we talked about, it was about audio and video and home entertainment, and then it was computers, but now it's even more than that. Now we're solving world problems. We're solving problems involving healthcare, wireless health, fitness, health, getting information to your doctor. There's problems involving agriculture and food production, measuring how the soil is, whether it needs water, things for farmers to get their products to market. New marketplaces are being created. So there's all sorts of the problems we're facing today, technology is starting to answer. And even at that personal level, you know, as Americans, I think we're very lucky. We have clean air and clean water and food for the most part. But we still have problems in our homes with security, and we worry about things. Now it's very low cost. You could create put a camera up in your kitchen, and not only you could see if someone's entered it when you're not there or what someone's doing, but you could also figure out, as I do, where you left the keys when you came home.
Exactly. So we see a lot of opportunities, and I think it's quite different than it was before. It was more doom and gloom. Now we're going, hey, there are these opportunities. What would you say to a person who's watching this and they want to get prepared? What could they do to start preparing themselves personally so they can take advantages of these opportunities?
I think the best thing you can do is to go to your local store, you know, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, Radio Shack, or even a smaller specialty retailer, and say, what's out there? Because you just don't, and also peruse the internet, learn about things. And a lot of these things now, these solutions are $100, $200, and you could have a whole system in your home telling you what's going on, especially when you're not there, or if there's a babysitter, what's going on, or for security purposes. These are solving real problems, or they're saving you money. There's a lot of products being shown here which install quickly in a matter of seconds, and they cut your utility bill. They give you information. And that's the promise, is saving money, solving problems, keeping you safe and secure. It's just a matter of informing yourself, see what others are doing. It used to be this was about hiring a custom installer to come and do these very expensive, sophisticated products. It still is for wealthy people and other people, but now we have an opportunity to buy things and do it yourself.
It seems like it's better time to be alive today, I think, than ever before in history. What would you say?
I would agree with that on many, many levels. And I think it's also a time in our national history where we're hitting on all forms. I mean, we have a strongest economy in the world, the dollar strong, which will raise prices. We're getting a little more stability politically. I think the last several years has been a lot of instability. The warring parties and the uncertainty of a government that was focused on heavy regulation. Now, with a Republican Congress and a Democratic president, I think people feel, the businesses especially, they can invest more. That's helping our economy. So I think we're in a very, very good place, both on an innovation and an economic perspective.
Excellent. Well, I have to agree with you once again. I appreciate that. And if someone's watching this and thinking, this sounds like an interesting association, Consumer Electronics Association, how do they get in touch? How do they find out more about what's available and how to learn?
Well, the thing to do is to go to CE.org, and you can join our innovation movement. We're dedicated to one basic principle, that is to encourage innovation, because we believe it's a solution not only to the problems of society, but to our economic problems, our deficit, and things like that. You could raise taxes, you could cut spending, but you need economic growth, which creates jobs, creates new taxpayers, and that will solve a lot of our problems. And that requires, honestly, we're up against a lot of the status quo businesses who say they want to protect themselves. Whether, we have Uber, for example, as a member. We're fighting for Airbnb. We're out there. If someone's coming in and challenging the status quo, we want to make sure the existing businesses are just out there saying, protect our rice bowl, because things can get better.
Gary, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for coming.
Reporting for Business Journals, I'm Terry Brock.